Hey friends, Dale Jenkins here. This is 5 after 9. Some of you will recognize the building that I'm standing outside of as the Madison Church of Christ in Madison, Tennessee. It's the church where Brother R. North preached for many years. I'm here today because a dear friend, one of my best friends, James Hayes' father, John, passed away, and the funeral will be here later tonight. I swung over from Alabama to spend a few minutes with James and Stephen and Mark and James' wife Vera, and to let them know we're thinking about them, we love them. As you may know, Dad passed away 14 years ago this past Saturday, and we 14 years later still miss Dad. And James' dad, John, was a little like Dad. He was a man who was faithful in his work, who loved the Lord, who was humble, who cared for people deeply. And I was thinking about James and his other boys, John, Mark and Stephen, and I was thinking about the things that I miss about Dad. I was thinking about what's hard about this, and I think what is hard about this, and maybe you're grieving today, or maybe you're going through grief, or in the middle of it, or somewhere along that line. The hard thing is the why question, or excuse me, the questions, not the why questions. The questions, not why did this happen, or why did God let this happen, but all the questions when both your mom and dad are gone, like James's are and like mine are. When they're both gone, why, or excuse me, what, where, when, how, why, all the questions. Questions like, Dad, I didn't realize that our mom's mom had been married before. I never knew that when I ran across it in some Ancestry.com stuff. Tell me about that. Or tell me about when you first started working in Arkansas and the church went through a split. What was it like that first Sunday when you as a 20-year-old preacher stood up and half the congregation walked out because of nothing you had done at all except be hired there? How did you make the decision when it was time for you to move from Hamilton to Birmingham? How did you, all the questions. Tell me about family stuff. I want to tell you, ask questions now. I'd also ask those of you who have dealt with it, how do you find out the answers to those questions? Some of them go to the grave with folks, but ask questions of people. Just thinking out loud a little bit today on this 5 after 9. Thankful for all of you who have good parents, and those of you who had parents that did not quite love the Lord the way that maybe they should have, and that you love the Lord. Start a legacy now. You'll be glad you did. God bless you all. This is Dale Jenkins, 5 after 9.